Surya Kaur ji, Bebe Nanki ji.
Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. As you all know, we have gathered here today to celebrate Sikh Women's Day. On this special day, it gives me great joy to discuss Bibi Nanki ji. So kyo manda akhiye jit jamme rajan. Guru Sahib asks, why we call a woman bad when she has given birth to kings, gurus, peers, and prophets. In the Pakistani city of Lahore, in the town of Chahal, Bibi Nanki ji was born in the year 1464. Nanki was a treasured child of her parents. Today, we should give the same respect and love to daughters. Bibi Nanki ji was the first to realize that her younger brothers enlightened spirit and felt a great deal of love for him. She was only 5 years older, but played the role of a mother to him. Along with shielding him from their father, she showed him unconditional devotion. When Guru Nanak was just 15 years old, he was sent to live with Nanki. Bibi Nanki ji's life teaches us to fulfill relationships with love. Relationships are gaining a bad reputation in our culture today. Sad Sangat ji, let us learn from the life of Bibi Nanki ji and fill our relationships with the sweetness of love. Together with Baba Nanak Dev ji, Bibi Nanki ji planted a bahar tree. Devotees continue to appreciate the shade provided by the bahar tree today. Thus, from the life of Bibi Nanki ji, we not only learn to protect our relationships, but learn to protect our environment from pollution by planting trees. Let us try to become true, humble, trusting, and faithful Sikhs, just like Bibi Nanki ji, and join in the service of Vaheguru and make our life successful. Sabko umeed hum aapan ki na, hum sabna ke sajan. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
Sir, Shri Akal, thank you, Gurpriya ji. Thank you so much, Beta ji. Now I will Jasleen Kaur ji ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਜਾਓ stage ਤੇ ਬੀਬੀ ਗੁਲਾਬ ਕੌਰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਬੋਲਣਗੇ.
Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh. I chose Bibi Gulab Kaur ji for this presentation. Why did I choose Bibi Gulab Kaur ji? I chose Bibi Gulab Kaur ji because I think it is very essential to know about her contribution to Sikh history. Sometimes society forgets about the women that are part of major movements in history, which is why I want to emphasize on Bibi Gulab Kaur's role in Sikh history. Background information. Bibi Gulab was born in 1890 in a poor family in the village Bakshiwala in Sangrur, Punjab. At a very young age, she got married to Man Singh, and they both wanted a better future for themselves, as many farmers back then had lost everything they had due to British policies. They wished to eventually immigrate to America for a better life. Bibi Gulab Kaur's qualities and how they can help me in the modern world. Bibi Gulab Kaur was a freedom fighter, and she tried to free Punjab from British rule by joining the darbar organization. She disguised herself as a journalist with a press pass in her hand to achieve the goal of freeing the continent. To whoever would lose hope and back out, Gulab Kaur ji would take off her bangles and say that whoever wants to retreat and back out from this opportunity can sit back, and the woman will fight in their place. She's shown us that women are equal to men by not fearing anybody. I will stand up for my rights, and I will try my best to not let inequality or injustice take place. I will be prepared to face anything hard with no fear. Bibi Gulab Kaur has inspired me to not back down from opportunities to prove myself. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
I'm so happy to hear that these girls are getting inspired by Itihasik BBM. So now, Bibi Ramneek Kaur, Bibi Mata Gujri ji utte bolange.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Today I would like to talk about Mata Gujri Ji and her impact on Sikh history. First of all, I'd like to start with why I chose Mata Gujri Ji. Mata Gujri Ji is a compassionate, courageous, and inspirational figure in the Sikh community and to Sikh women. She's one of the first women young Sikh girls will learn about through sakhiyan passed down from generation to generation, from parent to child, from mother to daughter. Her story sings to the eager ears, curious minds, and fearless spirits of young Kaurs, bringing us together to awe at the mark she left in Sikh history. The first time I heard the Sakhi of Mata Gujri Ji, I was amazed by her bravery, perseverance, and loyalty to the Khalsa and Guruji. From then on, she has remained a strong presence. I remember her every time I choose to practice courage, leadership, and kindness in my life. Mata Gujri Ji was born in Kartarpur, Punjab in 1624 to Bhai Lal Chand Sabalka and Bishan Kaur. Throughout her life, she played the roles of daughter, wife, mother, grandmother, leader, and crucial part of the Sikh foundation. She was married in 1633 to Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, but she did not have her first and only child, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, until 1666. In the years between, Mata Gujri Ji served Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji during his Prachar of Sikhi. For 26 years, her patience was tested as she lived with minimal contact with her husband and no child. When she did give birth, it was with the aid of her mother-in-law, Bibi Nanki, and her brother. In 1675, after the Shahidi of her husband, Mata Gujri Ji guided the followers of Sikhi alongside her son, our 10th and last human Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji. She raised him to be the strong and magnificent leader that created the Khalsa Panth. She endowed in him the best qualities of the Sikh faith and raised him to be brave, have an acute awareness, and a highly discerning consciousness. She also helped to raise the Char Sahibzade, who relied on her for support and comfort. During the Parivar Bishora, Mata Gujri protected the Chote Sahibzade. Even when they were wrongfully robbed, she treated Gangu Papi, the thief, with respect and kindness. She taught her younger grandsons important qualities needed to be good people. She told them Sakhiyan, recited Nam Simran, and educated them on the Sikh religion. Thanks to her guidance, they faced Aurangzeb fearlessly and stayed true to their religion. Until her last breath, she continued to sing Guruji's Bani in the Thanda Burj. Mata Gujri Ji attained martyrdom the same day as the Chote Sahibzade. Mata Guruji's teachings. Mata Gujri teaches us to have patience and trust in Vaheguru and Paramatma, to connect others to Sikhi through Sakhiyan, Nam Simran, and Sikh Itihas, and to stand fearless in defense of what we believe in. She did not hesitate to spread Sikhi and love wherever she went, and her teachings inspire many women around the world. We should learn from her influence and go forth in life with compassion, courageousness, and kindness. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Sir Sri Akal. Thank you, Ramneek Kaur Ji. So, ਹੁਣ Satnam Kaur Ji, Bibi Harsharan Kaur Ji ਉੱਤੇ ਬੋਲਣਗੇ.
Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. My name is Satnam Kaur, and today I will be speaking about a brave Sikh female warrior and martyr. Sikh women, past and present, have always been known to have responded to the call of their duty. They have not allowed hardship or danger to stand in their way. Bibi Harsharan Kaur was one of these women, which is why I chose her for my presentation. Going back to the year of 1705, after the Battle of Chamkaur, the battlefield was now totally silent and surrounded in complete darkness. A 16-year-old girl, Bibi Harsharan Kaur, avoided the hundreds of guards stationed around the area and arrived at Chamkaur da Killa. She saw that bodies were lying everywhere, and distinguishing between Sikhs and Mughals was very difficult. She did not give up hope and began to find arms with gadas, torsos with kacheras, and heads with long keys. Both Vadde Sahibzade and about 30 shaheeds were found. Fearing the approaching light of dawn, she worked very quickly. As she found a body, she would wipe the face of each and every shaheed. After collecting the bodies, BBG quickly found wood and lit the pyre. Bibi Harsharan Kaur was seen in the light of the flames, sitting beside the brightly burning fire, reciting Kirtan Sohila, completely absorbed in the pot. The Mughals soon found BBG and attacked her. Bibi Harsharan Kaur fought and killed many Mughals, but eventually got fatally wounded. The Mughals threw BBG on the funeral pyre, burning her alive. Bibi Harsharan Kaur's love for Sikhi, Her spirit of becoming one with the Guru and understanding the real meaning of death is very beautifully explained by Bhagat Kabir ji in this Shabad. Gauri Kabir ji, जह मरना सब जगत तरास्या, सो मरना गुर शब्द प्रकाश्या, अब कैसे मरो मरण मन मान्या, मर मर जाते जिन राम न जान्या रहाओ, मरनो मरण कह सब कोई, सहजे मर अमर होए सोई, कहो कबीर मन पया आनंदा, गया परम रहया परमानंदा। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह।
थैंक यू सतनाम कौर जी। हुण गुनीत कौर जी बीबी पानी उत्ते अपने विचार शेयर करनगे।
गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी, आओ फतेह बुलाइए जी। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। पंड जम्मिए पंड निमिए पन मंगण विआहो, पंडो होवे दोस्ती पंडो चले राहो, पंड मुआ पंड भालिए पंड होवे बंदान, सो क्यों मंदा आखिए जित जमै राजान, पंडो ही पंड उपजै पंडै बाज न कोय, नानक पंडै बाहरा एको सच्चा सोए, जित मुख सदा सलाहिए पागा रती चार, नानक ते मुख उज्जले जित तित सच्चै दरबार। Sad Sangat ji, my name is Guneet Kaur and today I'll be talking about Bibi Pani ji. As the daughter of Guru Amar Das ji and wife of Guru Ram Das ji, Bibi Pani ji was part of a family that challenged traditional gender roles and empowered women. She was a trailblazer in her time who embodied many of the values and beliefs that we are here to support today. She was a significant woman whose legacy continues to inspire and empower all of us in this hall to this day. There is a special status of Bibi Pani ji in the life of Guru Amar Das ji by the way she cared for her father, proving that there was no difference between a son and a daughter. Both can equally serve their parents. There is a superstition in Punjabi culture that a father should not ask for or accept any service done by his daughter, but Bibi Pani ji never allowed domestic circumstances to become obstacles, as she continued to serve her father humbly and with devotion, even after she became the mother of 3 sons. She very gladly and regularly kept watch, making sure no one disturbed Guru Amar Das ji during his meditation. So much so that when she noticed a leg of her father's manji was about to split apart, she held the splintered leg together in her grasp so that Guru Amar Das ji's meditation would not be disturbed. Only Bibi Pani ji could do that. When Jahangir summoned Guru Arjan Dev ji, Bibi Pani ji encouraged him to face the difficulties boldly. When Guruji was tortured and the news of his shahidi reached the family, she maintained her composure and did not let her daughter-in-law, Guru Arjan Dev ji's wife, and 11-year-old grandson, Hargobind, lose heart. She advised them to abide by the hukam of Maharaj. She has the distinction of being the mother of the first Sikh Shaheed, Guru Arjan Dev ji, great-grandmother of the second Sikh Shaheed, Guru Tegh Bahadur ji, and great-great-grandmother of Guru Gobind Singh ji, who sacrificed himself and his 4 sons for the sake of justice. Thus, she belongs to a family whose 7 members obtained Shaheedi. No mother could ever bear that of her child. Her legacy continues to inspire and empower women to this day. And today, our heads bow in her memory. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.
थैंक यू सो मच गुनीत कौर जी। इतिहासक बीबियां उत्ते तुहाडी बच्चियां ने रिसर्च करके प्रेजेंटेशनस तैयार कीतियां ते मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड विच वो सिदक प्यार ते बहादरी दियां साखियां ते अपने घर च सुनदी तुसी सारे सुनदे हो, पर वो मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड विच किदां यूज़ करनगियां ते ए उन्हां ने तुहाडे नाल शेयर कीता। सो गुरु महाराज जी दा दे ओट आसरे नाल असीं प्रोग्राम शुरू किया। हुण असीं समाप्ति दी तरफ जा रहे हैं। सो हुण नैक्सट अनाउंसमेंट्स भैन जी गुरप्रीत कौर करनगे।
ਦੇਵਾਨ ਦੇਵ ਉਪਮਾ ਮਹਾਨ ਪ੍ਰਤੱਖ ਗੁਰੂ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੀ ਪਾਵਨ ਹਜ਼ੂਰੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੀ ਹੋਈ ਗੁਰੂ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀਓ, ਫਤਿਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰੋ ਜੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਬੀਬੀ ਜੈਸੀ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਅਤੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦਾ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜ੍ਹੇ ਟਾਈਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਿੱਖ ਇਤਿਹਾਸ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਣਮੁੱਲੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਅਗਲੇ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ ਜੀ ਨਿਭਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਜੀ। ਜਿੰਨੀ ਦੇਰ ਉਹ ਸਟੇਜ 'ਤੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਤਿਆਰੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਨ, ਕੁਝ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਜੀ। ਆਪ ਜੀ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲਓ, ਸੰਗਰਾਂਦ 14 ਮਾਰਚ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ। ਹੋਲਾ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਅਗਲੇ ਐਤਵਾਰ 19 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਪਲਾਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਸੀ, ਮੌਸਮ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਪੋਸਟਪੋਨ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ 30 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਰੀਕ ਨੋਟ ਕਰ ਲੈਣੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਹੁਣ ਹੋਲਾ ਮਹੱਲਾ ਹੋਏਗਾ 30 ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ ਨੂੰ। ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਮੇਨ ਹਾਲ ਦੇ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਦੇ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਣਗੇ ਜੀ। ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ ਔਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਖਾਲਸਾ ਸਕੂਲ ਆਫ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ। ਕਾਲਜ ਪ੍ਰੈਪ ਦੀਆਂ ਕਲਾਸਾਂ ਵੀ ਉੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਲੱਗਣਗੀਆਂ ਜੀ। 19 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਅਗਲੇ ਐਤਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰਗੱਦੀ ਦਿਵਸ ਗੁਰੂ ਹਰਰਾਏ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਇਸ ਖੁਸ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਨ ਕੀਰਤਨੀਏ ਭਾਈ ਹਰਜਿੰਦਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਸ਼੍ਰੀਨਗਰ ਵਾਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ। 16 ਮਾਰਚ ਤੋਂ 19 ਮਾਰਚ ਤੱਕ ਉਹ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਨਾਲ ਨਿਹਾਲ ਕਰਨਗੇ ਜੀ। 16 ਮਾਰਚ ਵੀਰਵਾਰ ਤੋਂ 18 ਮਾਰਚ ਸ਼ਨੀਚਰਵਾਰ ਸ਼ਾਮ ਨੂੰ 7:30 ਤੋਂ 8:30 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ ਅਤੇ ਐਤਵਾਰ 19 ਮਾਰਚ ਨੂੰ ਦੁਪਹਿਰੇ 12 ਤੋਂ 1 ਵਜੇ ਤੱਕ। ਪੰਥ ਦੇ ਮਹਾਨ ਢਾਡੀ ਜਥਾ ਭਾਈ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਭਾਈ ਕੁਲਵੰਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਪੰਡੋਰੀ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ 13 ਮਾਰਚ ਤੋਂ 19 ਮਾਰਚ ਤੱਕ। ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਓਟ ਆਸਰਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਜੋ ਇਹ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਉਲੀਕਿਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਹੁਣ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਵੱਲ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਭੈਣਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਕੁਝ ਬੇਨਤੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਜੀ। ਪਹਿਲੀ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਇਹ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਮੇਰੀ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਸੁਣ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਿਮਰਤਾ ਸਹਿਤ ਹੱਥ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪ ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ, ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਲਿਆਇਆ ਕਰੋ। ਇਹ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੀ ਫਰਜ਼ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਜੜ੍ਹਾਂ ਨਾਲ, ਸਿੱਖੀ ਨਾਲ ਜੋੜੀਏ। ਸੋ ਉੱਦਮ ਕਰਿਆ ਕਰੀਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪ ਵੀ ਆਈਏ ਅਤੇ ਹੋਰਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ। ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਤੋਂ, ਬੱਚੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਖਿਮਾ ਦੀ ਜਾਚਕ ਹਾਂ ਜੋ ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਨ ਪਰ ਸਮਾਂ ਸੀਮਿਤ ਹੋਣ ਕਰਕੇ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਨਾ ਲੈ ਸਕੇ। ਅਖੀਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਸੰਜose ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦੀ ਮੈਨੇਜਮੈਂਟ ਦਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਦਾ, ਵੀਰਾਂ ਦਾ, ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗਾਂ ਦਾ ਤਹਿ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੀ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਿਭਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਆਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅੱਗੇ ਤੋਂ ਵੀ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਨਿਭਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਮੌਕਾ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਰਹੇਗਾ। ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ, ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟਸ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਕੋਈ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਹੋ ਗਈ ਹੋਵੇ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮੁਆਫੀ ਬਖਸ਼ਣ ਜੀ। ਆਓ ਜੀ, ਅਗਲਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਗਰਾਮ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਰਹੇਗਾ ਜੀ 2:45 ਤੱਕ, ਉਪਰੰਤ ਅਰਦਾਸ, ਫਿਰ ਹੁਕਮਨਾਮਾ, ਫਿਰ ਸਵੇਰ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਪਤੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਸ਼ਾਮ ਦੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਉਪਰੰਤ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਹੋਣਗੇ 3 ਵਜੇ ਦੇ ਅਰਾਊਂਡ। ਆਓ ਜੀ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਰਵਨ ਕਰੀਏ। ਡਾਕਟਰ ਮਨਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਕੌਰ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।
गुरु प्यारी साध संगत जी गज के फतेह बुलाओ। वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। प्यारी साध संगत जी, the last time we connected, it was the eve of Valentine's Day. And we talked about love of your essential self, manpreet, and कई किस्म दे प्यार होंदे है गुरबाणी विच, but we talked very deeply about meditating on and reflecting on the importance of self-love, self-compassion. How is that achieved? We said that it was achieved through seva, simran, and sangat. Today we are gathered together, sakhiyan saheliyan, to talk about our connection with the Almighty. We'll begin first with a shabad written by Guru Ramdas ji in Rag Gond, where Guru Ramdas ji talks about how his mind is pierced through the arrow of the Lord's love. Mere man prem lago har teer. He uses several analogies in this shabad to talk about the longing, even the thirst, like a trikhavant or a bird has. हर दर्शन को मेरा मन बहुत तपते, जो त्रिखावंत बिन नीर. And then he says, हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जाने, मेरे मन अंतर की पीर. The Lord, Vaheguru, only knows my anguish and pain that's deep within my mind. Mind is a place of love, but it's also a place of suffering. And as my Sakhiyan Saheliyan shared some vichars, we talked about our dukh, our sukh, the place in our minds where all of these emotions reside. We also talked about what our brothers tell us. Mere har pritam ki koi baat sunave, so pai so mera veer. Someone tell me, inspire me with the words of the Guru. That person is like my friend, my brother, my kin, my sibling. But then, mil mil sakhi, gun kaho mere prabh ke, le satgur ki mat tir. Come, join us, my companions. Let's sing the glorious praises of Vaheguru and follow the comforting advice of the Satguru. And then in the end, Jan Nanak ki har aas pujavo, har darsan sant sarir. Where does that sense of contentment come? It comes that ichha puri ho jandi hai, the fulfillment comes through service, and you find peace and tranquility. And again, the themes of service, meditation, seva, simran, and sangat again become clear. So we'll begin with this Shabad in Rag Gond, and then we will continue our program with a second Shabad, and end with an evolution towards understanding the universalism of Akal Purkh Vaheguru and the message of Shabad Guru, which sees no boundaries between men and women, sees no characteristics that are exclusive of anyone. This is the beauty of Guru Shabad. Vaheguru, Dandot Bandan Anakbar, Sarv Kala Samarath, Dolan Tera Kho Prabhu, Nanak De Anand Guni Nidan, Guru Garib Nevaj, Garib Nevaj, Garib Nevaj. Mere man prem lago har teer, mere man prem lago har तीर, मेरे मान प्रेम लगो हर तीर. हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान, हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान. मेरे मन अंतर की पीर, मेरे मान प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मान प्रेम लगो हर तीर. हर जान, मेरे मन अंतर की पीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर। मेरे हर प्रीतम की कोई बात सुनावे, मेरे हर प्रीतम की कोई बात सुनावे, सो पाई सो मेरा वीर। सो पाई सो मेरा वीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर। हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान, हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान, मेरे मन अंतर के पीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर। मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के, मिल मिल मेल मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के, मिल 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 सखी, मिल मिल सखी गुण कहो मेरे प्रभ के, ले सतगुर की मत तीर। ले सतगुर की मत तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर। हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान, हमरी बेदन हर प्रभ जान, मेरे मन अंतर की पीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर, मेरे मन प्रेम लगो हर तीर। जन नानक की हारे So Sakhi Seheliyo, Kavan Baniri Teri Lali. My sister Sone Kaur sang that shabad too. Our color becomes red, crimson, suhab, suhab, suhi. The contemporary viewpoints of gender roles are very important for us to understand. When I was a teenager, I had the friendships of Sakhi Seheliyan. They shielded me from lots of potential vulnerable vices. They were my satsangat. Together we did kirtan, we learned path, and we saved ourselves and each other. Much like the women that are sitting with me on stage, who in another world were also Sakhi Seheliyan, but join me today as them. We grew up learning that girls can't do things. It's maybe one of the reasons why we don't have a girl sitting next to us playing tabla. Not to say that my Veer here is not doing a great job. He's doing wonderful. Thank you. Even in today's New York Times, female political candidates win elections and raise money, as well as male ones. That's an opinion piece in today's New York Times. But too few run. Too few run for political office. Too few women are playing tabla. Too few women are occupying the Gurudwara. I bow my head to my sisters who made this day so special, but it is every day of our lives that we should celebrate. My 7-year-old daughter asked me the other day why there wasn't a female guru. It's a good question. And we focus a little bit on the contemporary times. Maybe today a female would have become a guru. But my response to my daughter was simply that our eternal guru is the Guru Granth Sahib Ji, where Shabad Guru is neither and both male and female. It's a principle that we see evidence of everywhere, in every person, in every cell, in every atom that exists. This is also in Guru Shabad. I'm a physician scientist, and I do brain scans on children and adolescents who have serious mood disorders. Children who are so hopeless that they want to end their lives. I'm interested in understanding why. Why does that happen? What are the biological origins of this problem? And in this research, I began to also look for explanations for why boys develop attention problems like ADHD and why girls develop anxiety and depression. Why are there so many differences? And you would be surprised to know that in my investigation, I found that when you look in the brain, every region of the brain, every single region that forms a neural circuit that organizes our emotions and our thinking have male characteristics and female characteristics. And they exist in boys and in girls. This perspective that the brain sees no gender difference is a major discovery. We did not know this. We said men are from Mars, women are from Venus. What an old trope. Means nothing. And guess what? Our gurus got it right. They saw no difference in those regions of the brain. They knew there was male characteristics and there were female characteristics. And why is Shabad Guru then both male and female? Earlier, we heard the Shabad that's commonly done. And before I get to that Shabad, I want to just provide us with more context. You know, there are countless examples in history where roles don't follow traditional patterns. No longer are women in the kitchen and men at work. We've heard the stories today of inspirational women who don't necessarily fit the mold. Doesn't it make sense if their brains have female and male characteristics that they can do anything? There are now even children's books where anyone can read about these wonderful stories, revolutionary stories of women and what they can do. One even recently published by Guru Fateh Singh Khalsa called Women of Grace and Power, Stories for Girls and Women of All Ages. It's in the 2nd edition. We have evolved so much of our understanding of women. And for the girls, young girls out there who like to listen to popular music, even John Mayer and Maroon 5 have written songs about the qualities and achievements of women. But no lyrical text that I'm aware of does it better than the Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And the beauty of Bani is that it has multiple potentials for interpretation. It wouldn't have its power if you couldn't read it and derive multiple meanings from it. Children from the Guru Nanak Khalsa school recited a popular Shabad of Guru Nanak's verse in celebration of women. And the hymn actually draws some criticism from a modern understanding perspective of equality. The Shabad that sort of celebrates So Kyo Manda Aakhiye Jit Jamme Ranjan. And the modern interpretation is, what is this, our tokenism role? We are just here to give birth to Rajas. But you know, in this Shabad, Guru Nanak Dev Ji takes us through the various stages and spheres of life and makes women a central part of that. And if we look at the structure and buildup of that Shabad, each of those biological, cultural, social, spiritual, foundational, and continual, as well as political aspects are written in that Shabad. And you have to understand what women were doing at that time for him to say these revolutionary things with that knowledge. What this verse does is essentially establish women's prominent role in all spheres and opens the doors, really, for further involvement. And it's the last verse that's so majestic. You know, the aspect of Pando hi pand upje, pando baj na koi. From women are born. They are self-existent, sahibam. And without women, there would be nothing at all. And then he goes on to say, Nanak pandey bahara eko sacha soy. There is nothing but the divine truth that is superior to women. Now women are considered divine. In the universe, which is all contained. So Sakhi Sahelio, how have you enjoyed the divine within and beyond you? We will conclude now with another Shabad. Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri, Sakhi Batavo Mujhe Matiri. Oh sister, teach me. Please show me how you have enjoyed your dear beloved one. Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri. Suhab Suhab Suvi. This crimson, crimson, crimson color. Apne Pritam Kya Rangarati. This is the color that you adorn, not because it's traditional, because it becomes what beauty extols by divine enrichment. Pav malovo sanganan patiri, jahan pathavo jao tatiri. This is about Guru's hukam and following Guru's hukam. Jap tap sanjam deo jatiri, ik nimk milavo mohe pran patiri. And you know, I would trade everything in the world if I could just meet you once. Ik nimk milavo. And maan taan ahambad hatiri, I can let go of every single regard. Sa nanak suhagavatiri. This is the purpose. This is the action. Seva, Simran, Sangat. The tools and the means by which we can attain liberation. After this Shabad in Suhirag, which is also celebration of the beauty and the blossoming, the Lama, the ceremony of bliss, is also written in the same rag. And we will end our tour of Bilaval That de Rag with a transition to Asa Rag, with the common slok that we share that concludes our Dear Japji Sahib, which extols the intergenerational and universal power of living through truthful and humble actions, and also sheds the notion of any gender bias in Guru Shabad. Pavan Guru, Pani Pita, Mata Tart Mahat, Divs Raat Doe Dai Daya, Khela Sagal Jagat. Your deeds, Changiya Ya Buriyaya, Vacha Taram Hadur, they are being counted. Karmi Apo Apani, Ke Nede, Ke Dur. You can draw closer or be taken further away and driven further away. But Jinni naam te aaya, ge masakkat kaal, nanak te mukh ujle, keti chutti naal. What happens when you meditate on Naam and work by the sweat of your brow, work hard, kirt karni kamani, to the level where you're ge masakkat kaal? You not only liberate yourself, but you liberate generations to come. Keti chutti naal. This is the essence of the universal truth and what we can all be inspired to do together. Aao ral milke shabad hun padiye. Pehla shabad, Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri. Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri, Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri, Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri, Lalan Ravya Kavan Gatiri, Sakhi बताओ मुझे मतीरी, सखी बताओ मुझे मतीरी. पवन गुरु पाणी पिता माता तरत महत दिवसरा नानक ते मुख उजले, मुख उजले, मुख उजले, खेती छोटी नाल, खेती छोटी नाल, खेती छोटी नाल। वाहिगुरू जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरू जी की फतेह।